I'm cashing out my 401k to day trade. Now, this is the worst idea compared to a lot of people. Everyone says, don't do this, don't do this, don't do this. Well, actually, I didn't even tell people what I'm going to do. I'm going to be a little smart about it. I know you take a large tax penalty hit. You know, I even talked to some people like, well, you should do that, but you should like do it inside of a Roth. Well, here's the thing. This is an opportunity that comes kind of rare, and I think if I didn't have years of making and losing money in this field, you know, I don't think it. I think if I knew nothing, I think it would be a bad idea, right? But I think my market tuition paid is pretty significant at this point. And I would say that not focusing on it all the time has really been like kind of my greatest downfall. I would just day trade to make some money, and then use that money to live a kind of like glimpses of a wealthier lifestyle, which was you know, years ago didn't seem like a wealthy lifestyle. I remember in like 2019 going to Brooklyn and doing like a bunch of drugs and seeing Machine Girl live. That and like the Airbnb was like 50 or $100 a night, and it's just like I don't know. I can't, if I would do that again, it would be each night would be $500. It'd be like 500-600% increase, right? But so a lot of people right now are telling me to find work and things like that, which is totally cool. I don't like knock work or whatever. Or to like try and like maybe make it as, because I do a lot of art, or used to. I'm retired now because I'm retired of going into day trading. But they're like, you know, like you'll say something that's kind of in the safer zone of things to do. Everyone will clap like seals, but the minute you start saying that you're gonna try and hyper trade is when everyone loses their shit, though. So that's fascinating, but I don't know if I can go back to work. I don't know if I can do this anymore. You know, I don't know if I can, like, I don't know. I feel like every time I step outside or if I do anything, the world is antagonistic to just like who I am as a person, right? This is pretty honest, you know, like I truly feel that by not utilizing my skill set that I know I have and using it to the full extent, I'm like giving into like the longhouse that is America, right? Because like you got to rise above all of the criticisms, though, right? Like someone's like, you're not smart enough to do that, or what's your plan? How are you gonna do this? Where some things don't need a plan, they just gotta take some action, right? But everything is antagonistic to me, and I wonder if that's a lot of I guess younger millennials experience, you know, like mine is. But I also feel like no one really questions it either. You know, you get married, you have kids or whatever. Well, actually a lot of people aren't doing that, and it's a classic trope, right? Where like even recently I talked to a millennial who was like, what's masculinity, and talked about his notch count, and it's like, I know the younger guys don't even have a notch count, like they're just not having sex or whatever, but that's not neither here or there. But yeah, I'm cashing out my 401k, paying the penalty on it. I already started the process. I'm gonna day trade with the funds. I really won't go into the details about what I know about day trading to be true, what not to be true, things that I have learned. Maybe that'll come in a different video, but I also don't think that posting on social media during this process is all of that important, right? So we choose to do too much. Like, what we'll do is we will say we're like, okay, I'm gonna day trade, you know, and do this stuff. I should make videos once a week. If you're actually day trading and you're actually following the markets and trying to see patterns and things like that, it kind of takes a lot of observation. You know, like way more than you would even kind of think. Like you gotta be kind of cracked out about it and not actually take that much action. Whereas if you start doing other things, say like making videos, I'm just making this video to see so I can like look back at it maybe in like a couple of years, or like a year and a couple months. But anyways, but I'm not gonna like try and make like videos all the time. Like that's dumb in the process, right? Or maybe someone can get inspired by this. But yeah, no, dude, like if you're trying to day trade, don't focus on making videos. You know, I think that the people that do that, it's like so they can have a business inside of it, which is fine. But I'm just trying to change my life, man. Like, I'm just trying not to feel humiliated every time that I go outside. Every time I sit down at a bar. I don't want it to be this like fucking humiliation ritual. And that's what doing this process is for me, is like escaping the fucking longhouse, right? Yeah, I'm at a bar last night, and I'm eating a burger, drinking a non-alcoholic beer, right? And this girl sits next to me, and I was talking to her. I just moved to the area or whatever, and then I asked for her name. She goes, no. And I think that's like a perfect encapsulation of like living in America as a guy, right? It's like it's just the antagonism wherever you go, and you can do nothing but just like kind of escape or just like walk away, you know. And I think like out of my work experience, the last thing I want to do is come anywhere close to that kind of stuff again. Cause like people will it's like people will tell you have to do all these like social things. You have to like have a modicum like a decorum, a social decorum or whatever, a social contract. But like I feel like when it comes to a guy being out there, it's like it's all fair game, dude. Unless he's like doing something like very laborious, like being a fireman or a service tech or something, and then they'll do like a little bit of whatever. But you know, a lot of those guys, would they choose their life unless they were longhouse, like married or something? Yeah, but it's gonna take all my time. I'm not really gonna be posting social media. I did do some Instagram posts, but then I was thinking to myself, like, even if your channel did pick up, it would just mostly be India. Like, it wouldn't even be like reaching out to like younger Americans or anything to kind of just inspire them. It's just gonna be fucking India, you know. Not a bad thing. I just like, I think people misunderstand about like what kind of reels and stuff like do really well. Is like, it's not a lot of like, you're not gonna get like B2B business or whatever. Like, you're not gonna pick up new clients by posting on social media. It's kind of like a scam in some senses, right? Where people are like posting, like people are spending a lot of time posting, like they're trying to become personal trainers, and some people have made a lot of money doing that or whatever, but for the majority it's kind of like the equivalent to like male OnlyFans. And I kind of think that's what even sharing trading stuff is like. It's like male OnlyFans, and then you have to like manage like the Discord and stuff where you pay people to manage it. It's just like all that stuff's so longhouse to me. Yeah, but I cashed 401k out. I had a great trade on Friday. I'm not really going to go into the details about, because there's really no point. There was a point where the market was really hot and I was giving out like a lot of shout outs to like in a text group or whatever. And like, dude, that group made so much money. And it's like, why was I doing that? It's like you're losing sight of like what's important. Like, what's important is like understanding how painful the world is and how cutthroat it is. So like, and like, you gotta internalize this stuff. At least I have to, right? The painful truth is that, like, you know, if you can't pay a bill to like some boomer landlord or something, or some bank, it's like you're gonna be homeless. And then once you become homeless, you know, the cops are probably gonna kill you, you know. And especially like when I was like at that bar talking to that woman, it's like she could have made up anything she wanted about me, and I would have to deal with the consequences. It's one of the reasons too why I quit drinking, is because it's like you can't have fun anymore. Like, you can't. It's so longhouse out here that it's like being feeling good as a guy and they breathalyze you, you're going to jail, essentially. So, but yeah, I quit my job, cashed out my 401k, and I'm gonna day trade. And I'm gonna check back in like a year and see how things are. You know, it's gonna be fucking awesome, man. It's fucking awesome. Like, you only get one life, man. You only get one life, and there are avenues outside of telling people what giving shout outs on Discord. There are things outside of life than like working at a cafe. And like I'm just gonna chase it, dude. I'm gonna spend all my time on that. And I'm fucking pumped for myself. I'm also not telling anybody.